this thing on? Hi! Oh my gosh, I missed you all so much while I was gone. Welcome in, everyone. Zeppy, thank you so much for the resub. 8 whole months. It does not feel like that long, and yet it feels like forever, like much longer. But thank you so much. We almost have a Twitch baby. Hard to believe, but it's so good to see you all. Ellie, congrats on being first. And thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Zeppy, thank you for collecting your daily blanket. And same to you, Peach. Welcome in, building up those blanket forts. I love it for you. We are only 17. Hi, Kai. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. And yeah, it's hard to believe we are only 17 days out from our official start date for our extended edition Ultimate Decades Challenge. We will be starting that on the 29th. It will be an all-day affair. You're good working on background stuff for your own Ultimate Decades. How am I? I'm good. Um, yeah. And so, did you all hear the alert? Let me know, because I've been having some issues with Blurp. So let me know if y'all heard it. Feedback is important. But yeah, 17 days until the start of our challenge. It was very quiet. Okay. Something to continue to work on outside of stream. But we will work on getting that fixed. Figure out what all I need to fix in my audio configuration to get those to work a little bit better. But thank you for the feedback. I make a note if I don't have a pen with me, but I will make a note on my phone. That is something I need to do outside of stream. After stream in the morning before I go to work. Speaking of morning before work, guess what I was doing for like an hour before I left to catch my bus to work this morning? Updating mods. Because I was gone all last week and I kind of missed the update. So like I had to like back up my save, update the Sims, go through my entire mods, find all the things. The good news for you all is this motivated me to finally start putting together a spreadsheet for all my mods. Once I have it completely put together, I do plan to share it in the Discord for anyone who wants to know what mods I'm using. They will all be there. I still have to do a little bit more testing, make sure everything that I do have is working. I need to do some gameplay testing to check some mods and make sure they're good. But my Sims did boot up no problem this evening, so that's a good sign for that part at least. But and I did check Cass, and Cass looks normal. But it'll just be everything else that I've got to figure out to see if it all works. But yeah, I will have a spreadsheet. I'm planning to kind of make a channel in Discord because I have a number of spreadsheets I'm putting together because I am a girl who loves a good spreadsheet. I have my NPC spreadsheet. I have our kind of tracking spreadsheet. In fact, let me show you all some of these spreadsheets. Also, the poll for OMG, Micah, I've missed you too. I've been able to like hop in and out of your streams a little bit last couple days, but oh, I've missed you too, my noble knight. But yeah, as I was just saying, I'm planning to make a channel in Discord where I'll be able to drop all these files or links to the files if they're the sort of thing that's being like actively updated. But in the case of because I'm making a mod spreadsheet because the latest update and the hassle of going through and figuring out what mods do I have again, checking the things, finding the right links again. I'm making a spreadsheet to organize what mods I have, what version I'm on, etc. I will be sharing that with you all once I have it all done and confirmed that everything on there works. So I'm going to make a channel in Discord for that, but I'll also share links to things like our NPC character spreadsheet for the lore for anybody who's curious as we're starting to develop. That's what right now we're going to be doing tonight. We're lore building. I've got to catch up on some lore writing as well, but and thank you for collecting your daily blanket, Kai. You have begun your blanket fort. Congratulations. But yeah, starting to do some things, trying to keep track of things I need to work on outside. I do work a full-time job outside of this. So I beg your patience as I find little niches of time outside real life and streaming to do things like this, do the background updating and all that. But I'll show you all some of my spreadsheets and stuff. Also, we finished the poll for the official surname for our legacy challenge, at least to start with, because the goal is the same family name through the whole thing. Odds are it's not going to happen like that. Odds are good that we're going to end up having another name kind of take over as marriages and deaths happen. That's why some last names are more common than others today, among other reasons. But yeah, so our first surname voted for in the Discord by all of you was Renbury. Which y'all chose it. I did not participate in the vote. So Renbury was the winner for our surname. It is a real surname that was used back in the 13th and 14th centuries. It was one of 5 that we put in the final poll. Results of the poll actually kind of surprised me a little because like Drakelo was very popular in the preliminary polls, but it only got 1 vote in the final poll, which I thought was very interesting. But all the other 4 names that did not quite make the cut, we're going to be using them for our NPCs. We're going to build lore around those names. So those names still have a chance to marry in or be the name of a branch side, or even eventually take over the name of the family, depending on how events go. It's kind of a roll of the dice how everything will end up like that. But I'm excited. We're getting closer and closer. I can't believe we're 2.5 weeks away from the start. We currently have made about 22 Sims. I'd preferably like double that amount at least before then, which is why I've like this weekend. Okay, real quick, side note. I have a shell out. I have a shell challenge. It's interior design only. It is due on Saturday. We will be doing shell tours Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's when we're going to start them. We're going to do these interior designs. It's been out for a while. Tour date got kind of pushed back or from the original time because a lot of things in my life were happening and I needed the more time. So, but it's finally happening. The Wren apartment reno shell. I can show y'all it on the gallery. It is because I moved into a new apartment at the beginning of last month. And so I had put out a shell that is the floor plan of my new apartment, looking to see what y'all would do with this floor plan. But so it is very basic. Only the inside matters. You've got 2 rooms, a bathroom, a pantry, a few closets, and a galley kitchen. How would you decorate it? How would you design it? And since it's a set floor plan, Hopefully it wouldn't take anyone too long to do. I know there's a lot of shell challenges out there. A lot of streamers do shell challenges. I thought I'd make one that was a little simplified process-wise because you don't have to make a floor plan out of it, and it's actually a pretty normal shape. Um, so I'm excited to see how you all decorate it, how you all use the space. How would you use this space, this floor plan? Um, and so yeah, I mean, you got to keep like utilities in the same spots. Like an oven has to be in the same spot that the oven is. Because realistically, that's where they would be hooked up. Because you have to think about like where plumbing is kind of set. It would be a lot more intensive to change where plumbing is. That's why you can change out toilet for toilet, oven for oven, fridge for fridge, but they have to be in those spots. But I'm so excited for tour day. This is only my second shell that I've ever done, and the last one we toured in March. So it's been a while for me to do. Hi, Zippy! It's so good to see you, love. I missed you. But it was such a good trip too, to visit my family, visit my granddad, and I was basically completely unplugged for 5 days on that trip because my granddad lives almost off the grid. Not completely, he does have internet, but I wasn't really using it except for some genealogy talks with him. And so I was virtually unplugged for 5 days, and I feel like that was really healthy. It's so hard to do in your day-to-day life, but it can be just so good for you to do just once, once in a while. Have that time to just kind of step back from all the noise of the internet and social media and everything like that. But yeah, tour date is Saturday. After we finish tours, I'm going to do a build-a-thon. Basically, I'm planning to do every single farm for our medieval Sims in one stream. So we'll do shells first, and then we'll move into medieval building until I'm done with every single farm I need to build for this. So it'll be a longer stream. I'm estimating about 6-ish hours, maybe closer to 8, depending on how things go, how the day goes. But that's kind of the plan. It'll be a longer stream. But yeah, tours first, then medieval building for the rest of the day. And so that is the plan for there. We are in our medieval Windenburg, which thankfully, and I'm really relieved, the medieval Windenburg mod does not appear to have broken, which I'm really, really grateful for, because the modder who made it is not updating it. And it hasn't been updated in 2 years. And so far, fingers crossed, knock on a wood, every superstition you have out there, it's holding up. So, I'm gonna be honest, it really would have helped me if EA was like, yes, we're gonna come out with Sims 5 next year, and we're not gonna update Sims 4 anymore, because then they would stop updating Sims 4, and mods would stop breaking. That would have been really helpful. For me. Micah, thanks for collecting your daily blanket. Oh, jeez. All right. All right. And I want to show you guys something because I told you the vote decided that the surname for our family was going to be Renbury. And I made a family crest using a little free online family crest maker. Do y'all want to see it? You want to see the Renbury family crest that I put together? Do you want to see? Do you want to see? Let me know. Or should we just move on? You're ready to see? Okay, Micah. All right. Let me just get, let's see, window. Let me find the right one. Boop. Boop. All right. Y'all ready? It's a fairly basic crest, but here it is. Here is the Wrinbury family crest as I have currently designed it. Because Wrinbury is a surname that means forest full of birds or wrens. And so I'm using the oak tree, and that bird you see there is actually a bird of legend that's used a lot in English heraldry. You guys are getting a medieval lesson here, just pro bono lesson here. So that bird is called a martlet. A martlet is a mythical bird that has no feet. And legend says that the martlet, basically from the time that they are pushed out of the roost to the time that they die, they never land. So it's a symbol of endurance and perseverance. A lot, like, historians think that it's because, what was it? I think it was Swift's, let's see. Let me look. Martlet. Yes. No feet, never roosts from the moment of its drop birth until its death fall. Let's see. But yeah, and the oak tree is also a symbol of endurance and strength, which I thought would be really kind of fitting. Obviously, we're starting as commoners, so they don't technically have a crest yet, but we're going to ignore that because I wanted a family crest. And they'll grow into it. I figure this is like, we're setting up the history that creates this crest is kind of what I'm thinking of it like. So I think it's fun. I hope you think it's fun. So we can make some crests, have some fun. I've also kind of made a list of like family mottos that might. Obviously, a lot of them are in Latin. Because family mottos, for some reason, the English love to have family mottos in Latin. I don't know. And, you know, modern person would think, oh, that sounds pretentious. But they probably learned a lot of Latin from church and stuff. So we have nil desperandum, never despairing. Acur valiant, rien impossible, which I'm not sure if that's Latin. I think it's Latin. It makes me think a little bit of French, but that's because they're, you know, French is Latin based. So, to a valiant heart, nothing is impossible. Alice aspicit astra. And forgive my pronunciation, I never took Latin. I know my first college roommate took Latin in college, and I was like, why? Because honestly, it's not like I don't think Latin should count as a foreign language. I don't know about you all, but I don't think Latin should count as a foreign language because you can't just go to Italy and start spouting off Latin and have people like understand you perfectly. Like, there will be some that they'll kind of get the gist of what you're saying, just like if a Spaniard was speaking Spanish in Italy. But it's not the same. It's like it should not count as a foreign language. But yeah, so we've got others like Truth Gives Wings to Strength, which I kind of like because I like because it references wings like a bird. So I really do like that one. By perseverance and virtue, by perseverance and diligence, he strengthens himself by his own might. Learn to endure is kind of dark for a family motto, but a part of me kind of likes that it's dark. While I breathe, I hope, and sweeter after difficulties. But let me know what y'all think. This another sort of thing like but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at on that. Since I'm over here, why don't I show y'all a little bit of what I'm working with spreadsheet wise. So, first, this is the mod spreadsheet I'm putting together. I'm separating kind of game changing, like game changing mods versus skill mods versus aspiration and trait mods. Um, kind of a work in progress getting them all together on there, but they'll have the links and my current version that I'm using, whether I need to update them or not. Over here we have the spreadsheet. I took Morbid Gamers kind of as a thing, and then, well, I extended it because for her, she used 4 days equals a year, and for me, it's 4 weeks. Because I wanted more time for storytelling. I didn't want to be rushing to each thing. I've done that too much as a Sims challenge kind of player. I'm ready to tell stories, to really get into who the people are and their relationships with the members of their community and friendships and stuff. So yeah, we extended it. Also, this way we can have like an actual like courting period to like for our heir to meet his wife and court her rather than just bam, love bombing a random girl he meets on the street and then marry like eloping. It's like can we have a little bit more progression maybe? Is kind of what I'm going for. So we have a very long thing. I've got the thing with the years and everything. It'll take us a while. I have to finish updating a little bit on things, but we've got timeline, Sims info. So yeah, basically like this part, like the main book is right straight from Morbid Gamers. But like these ones are all from Morbid Gamers, like I copied and pasted. And then this part I kind of used her formatting and then just made it my own so that I could mark out things like holidays, like New Year's being in March in medieval times. That's a thing. The days that we use for planting, harvest market day, that sort of thing. So that we can work on different things. So, and then we have our NPC character sheet, which I need to catch up on writing in some things here. I have highlighted our self inserts. Input y'all's names in the descriptions so that I can remember, keep track, given a rough age for people. So slowly getting things together. Oh, is it a bit loud? Okay, let me turn it down. All right. Is that better? Is it more? Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Micah. All right. But yeah, so a lot of awesome. Thank you. The Sims. We are continuing to work and put things together for Ultimate Decades. Only 17 days. 29th is the day. Hard to believe, but it's coming up fast. Yeah. So, all right. But with that, we should start looking at building some lore. I talked about how we're going to recycle the names that didn't quite make the cut for our Ultimate Decades family surname. So let's pull one of those names now and let's make up a family. I might even do like a random number generator of like how many kids do they have. And let's see if we can make like a whole family situation going on. The nice thing, also, side note on mods and everything, I use MCC Command Center, and I love that mod. It's one of my favorite mods. If you don't use it, like honestly, it doesn't even necessarily change anything about the gameplay. It just makes it easier to kind of manage some things. So the nice thing about MC Command Center and MC Woohoo is that in MC Pregnancy, I can set the length of pregnancy to a custom duration. I can change the likelihood of getting pregnant based on factors, which is very helpful and needed for historical accuracy. Lynn, welcome in, love. How are you? Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Aw, thank you, Lynn. All right. So we're gonna go in and create a sim. Let me see. What losing name should we use? We should probably just go in order like runner up. So our immediate runner up, and it was a tight race for surname for our Ultimate Decades family. But Faye is the runner up. I'm thinking they're definitely going to be one of the other farming families in the immediate vicinity. They're going to be neighbors. One of the neighbors. So I think we're going to go with the Faye. Now, Faye means faithful. Ultimate Decades challenge is near. We are 17 days away. 29th, Black Friday, is the day. Because I don't know about you all, but I don't like shopping on Black Friday anyway. I would like sometimes I'll go out on like Small Business Saturday and go buy gifts, but I'm not really a fan. I'm not a fan of Black Friday. I've only been Black Friday shopping maybe twice. I've only done the like get up at like 4 a.m. once. And I was in high school. But yes, we are getting very, very close to our Ultimate Decades challenge. 29th is the day after Thanksgiving. Because I have that day off and we can do a long stream. A lot of people have that day off. I know not everybody. There's never a day that everybody has off. Ooh, I kind of like that she has red hair. You're not a huge fan of Black Friday crowds, but the deals are pretty good. Fair. Like, I feel like Black Friday is useful for some things, but a lot of the time they don't even, like, the deals are on out, like, they start days, if not weeks before now these days. Like, I feel like the doorbuster thing is kind of in the past, which is good because people died. So it's actually kind of a good thing. that the doorbuster thing is kind of behind us now. But all right. But yeah, I mean, like, my sister, like, I have a sibling who just bought a house, and like, Black Friday sales at Home Depot started last Wednesday at the beginning of the month. Nice boost to your cozy, Lynn. 23%. Very nice. Very nice. All right. I think this will be our first. We haven't done an Eleanor yet, and that was a pretty common name at this time. So I think I'm going to do an Eleanor Faye, is kind of the matriarch of the family. All right, let's get her a more period appropriate dress to start with. Dang, she got real curves. Well, if she's a mother, that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Looking. Making matriarch first for the Faye family. Fellow commoners. Let's see. Let's see. Now, it is true at this time, red hair was viewed as somewhat unlucky. More free historical facts. There was superstition about who was the how like the first person to cross your threshold on New Year's would or wouldn't provide luck. Typically, like, I have to look up to see who they thought was lucky. Sometimes it was like if you were like dark haired and dark eyed was considered a really good omen for that to be the first person to cross your threshold. But unfortunately, redheads were not well received on New Year's Day. Sad but true. All right. Let's remove the glasses. Let's go for a nice thin eyebrow. Remember, they liked even the commoners tried to like pluck their eyebrows, and they even plucked their own eyelashes. Now, nobles obviously had like tweezer tools and people to do this for them. Commoners just used their fingers to the best of their ability. see. We need a do with a headdress. Let's see. We need something that's more like updo type. Let's see. Let's see what we can. Might just choose an updo. I think I've got some like hat versions. Let's see what we can do here. And but how was all you? How like oh my gosh, how was all you? How was all of your weeks while I was away? Did y'all have a good time, a good week? I hope it was whatever it was went well and you had now there's a look. We'll have some like mother of the king wear this or we're gonna use this. We are. Just not with this person, but we will use this headdress. It's very Maleficent, but I like it. Maybe we can have like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to use it, but just not here. Let's see. Eleanor. Eleanor, what hat should you have? Ooh, okay, that one's broken. Good to know. Okay. This is also not the sort of headdress that a commoner would wear, but we could have someone in the more noble upper, maybe even a merchant wear this one. It does look good on her, but this is another one I want to use. There's so many cool, like, where did the cool, like, headdress hat scene go? Honestly. kind of like that. But it can't be gold. Commoners can't have gold. There's so many cool headdresses. Like, why don't we have stuff like this anymore? Such a shame. Like these. Like, oh my gosh. All the cool, like... Where did the cool hat riz go? Like, there's another one. Very cool crown. We got ones like that. Like, that's more Elizabethan, but still. It's like we had like a couple hundred years of like a really cool like hat headdress type scene in England. And then it went away. Why? Why is it gone? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Hat scene Joe? I don't know. I don't know. That was a fail. That was an absolute fail. But like the coolest like headdress and hats and like we don't do that anymore, it feels like. Is it too much work? Does it take too much time? Is that why? Is that why we don't have the cool hats and headdresses anymore? You don't think that was a fail? It got a chuckle out of you. Okay. Well, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. No. Like, oh my gosh, like look, like just such cool, like I mean granted they were making these with mercury and so people went crazy because of mercury poisoning. But was it worth it to have like to show up Elizabeth when you show up at court with the coolest, hottest new headdress? Make her feel so last century. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that we're missing out. Like, everybody, like, I don't know. I just feel like we're missing out because our ancestors had the coolest headgear and we don't have it. And I'm miffed. To that note, I bought myself some cool historical styled headgear. I might. I should have it in time for next week. But we really are. I wish I could wear hats more often. But they give you headaches. Oh. Well, at least it's not mercury poisoning. Oh, okay. Why is hair always the hardest thing to decide? Like, you would think, oh, it's easy. Like, they all pretty much had, like, very same, similar hairstyles. But no, it's gotta be complicated. It's gotta be, oh, is it this braids or is it that braids? Is it that length of braid or this length of braid? Hold on, grab a different color of this. Let's do some facial stuff. How old is Eleanor? Let's figure that out. Cray, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. All right, we should decide how old Eleanor is. So I'm going to random number generate. We'll say between 1 through 45. How old is she? She's 35. Okay. So we have Eleanor Faye. Adding her to the spreadsheet here. She is 35 years old in 1300. In spring of 1300, she is 35. She was born in... This is how I'm going to make decisions from now on. Random number generate everything. Random number generate 1 through 12. Which month was she born in? She was born in November. So, November... We don't have to have a particular day. I guess I could say she had a particular day if I wanted, but November's enough. November 35, which means she'll turn 36 in that first year, which means that she was born in 1264. Okay. All right. Now let's do... She's 35. She's almost certainly been married at least once. Is he alive or is she a widow? Let's flip a coin. November's a good month. Yes, it is, Ellie. It is. It is a very good month. But, let's see. Let's see. Random number generate. We'll just say... 1 husband's alive, 2 husband is dead. 1 husband is alive, okay? She is married and she has a living husband. This is the easiest way because I am terrible at making decisions. I am genuinely awful at making decisions. So bad at it. So I'm just gonna say, okay, this number through this number. Decide. Okay, how many children does she and her husband have? We'll say 1 to 10. Well, I don't think it'll let me add particularly like through here. So 1 through 6. How many kids do they have? Living kids. 1. They only have 1 living child. Okay, that simplifies things. All right, 1 living child, 1 living husband. And we'll say, hold on, let me get that far. There's 35, pretty decent age. She's probably been married for close to 20 years then, but 1 living child. She's probably, most likely, she's had some miscarriages. She's had some stillbirths. This was the reality of the times. I need more aging stuff. Let's see. We'll do just a 1 or 2, 1 for boy, 2 for girl. It is a girl. They have a living daughter. So this daughter could marry into our family. So they have a daughter. How old is this daughter? We'll say 1 to 20. How old is the daughter that is currently alive? 6. She's 6. Okay, probably not marrying into our family. At least not as the first wife. So they have a 6-year-old daughter who is alive. Mr. Fay. How many years older than Eleanor is Mr. Fay? Zero to 15. 3. He's 3 years older. So he's 38. She's 35. And Mr. Fay was born in September. All right. What is Mr. Fay's name? Y'all have any suggestions? Richard, Robert, Henry, William, John, Luke. Let's see. Matthew. Generally, the disciples are Peter. Peter would be Godfrey, Jeffrey. 1261. Married. Daughter Fay, who is 6. Daughter was born. Another good month. Yes, it is. All right. Daughter Fay was born in what month? This helps me keep track of age as we go through the challenge and make sure that they're aging up at appropriate times to the next life stage. 4. So, oh, baby Fay. Daughter Fay is an April child. Would have been born then in 1263 because we start in March. Okay, they have one living daughter. Daughter's name, Elizabeth. Joan. Lettice. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some other names. Beatrix. Let's see. Commoner. They are a family of 3. I need some more, like, aging lines. You're partial to Elizabeth? I know you are. All right, well, we'll make it Elizabeth then. Elizabeth Fay, who is 6 years old. Elizabeth Fay is 6 years old. What is Mr. Fay's name? William, Henry, Robert, Richard, Peter, John, Matthew, Luke, Jeffrey, Godfrey. Godfrey Fay has, like, I'm not sure. Godfrey Fay? I mean, it feels a little clumsy on the tongue. Not that they cared about that back then. But, you know, we do what we can, and, let's see. Hold on, I've got some. Let's see. All right. So, Eleanor Fay is our mother. Let's make husband. Hold on. Add a sim. Just a sim. New sim. Male. Male sim. Refresh. 1. Let's see. Let's do a random number generator 1 through 20. How many times am I refreshing? 1 through... I feel like 20 might be too much, but... I don't know. 1 through 10. 7. I'm refreshing 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we'll fix the coloring aspect of that because black hair, we can work that. He's got 3 different hair colors going on here. Look at this. He's got a black beard, blonde eyebrow, like gold blonde eyebrows, and like platinum blonde hair. This is too much, sir. Sir. Let's see what we can do here. Grab you a hair. Yeah, black. Yeah, black hair. Black hair fits. Black hair makes sense. That one doesn't even look that bad. I feel like his eyes are a little on the bigger side, but that's okay. He's got a decent face. I think we're gonna change up his eyebrows just a little bit. Ooh, that works. That works well. He's got those hooded eyes. All right. Now. Eternally, you like his look? I do too. You know, he's got kind of a cool tone, but tanned kind of skin. He's got a good look. All right, let's look and get him some clothes real quick. He's 38. Wife is... Let's see. You are an adult, not a young adult, sir. Your name is Faye. Relationship. This is your spouse. All right. Let's see. How many family dynamics are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 family dynamics for spouses. What do they have? How close are they? 1. They are actually close. This is a happily married couple. So good for them. Good for Eleanor and to be named Mr. Faye. If y'all have kind of a preference, I really don't care. We're leaning towards kind of more traditional English names. They're close. See, this is how it, like, this random number generator thing, I think this is going to be the best way to keep me, like, on track. Because it's like, okay, decision is made. No second guessing. Moving on. Yes, this is a happily married medieval couple. They are close. They have 1 living child, a daughter, who is 6, named Elizabeth. This is what we have decided. He's 38. His wife is 35. And, let's see. Looking for a period appropriate outfit real quick. Come on. Where are you at? Okay. All right. Looking. You're not a monk. That's not going to fit. We haven't decided your profession. No, wait. Yes, we have. You're a farmer. You're a farmer. We did decide that because we decided that the runner-up name was going to live in the same neighborhood as our main Ultimate Decades family. What the heck? I don't know. All right. Let's go. Have you made? No, I'm kind of saving them for last. Yeah, I am kind of saving the Ultimate Decades family themselves for last. We did decide on the name. I'll probably make them in the lore session right before we start. Is my guess. Now, because he's a farmer, he needs a hat. He needs a hat. He gotta protect himself from the sun. Alright, where's the one hat? The strawish hat. There we go. Get you some pants, sir. We need to get you some pants. Let's see. There we go. All right. All right. Shoes. There we go. Okay. We have not given him a name yet. Okay. Ed, John, Jeffrey, Godfrey, Robert, Richard, Henry, William, Matthew. I don't know. Does he look like a Matthew? I don't know that we have a Matthew yet. It wasn't like the most common, but it wouldn't have been the least common either. I mean, think about how many Matthews there are today. I don't know. I don't know. Decisions. Give it some thought. Play with some genetics. Him and Eleanor have a 6-year-old daughter. Matthew's name? Jeffrey? Oh, yes. Maybe we could do Jeffrey with like a G. Because my least favorite person at work right now's name is Jeff with a J, and I'd like a little separation. So I think we'll spell it Geoffrey. Jeffrey. We'll spell it like that. That way it separates it from my least favorite person at the moment. All right, let's figure out how many times we're gonna randomize this daughter of theirs. 1 through 10. Random number generator. How many times? 7 again. All right, randomize 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, she's cute. Look at her. She's a cutie. Okay. All right. This is Elizabeth Faye. This is Elizabeth Faye, age 6. Let's give her a more... She would have had long hair. Would have most likely been in some form of braid, but she does not need a head covering. Head coverings were only really worn by those who were married. She's not married. She doesn't need a head covering. That's a little modern, but okay. She cute. She very cute. She got dad's hair color. Yeah, she did. But she got mama's eyes. She got mama's blue eyes, but daddy's black hair. Let's see. She's precious. She is. Must protect. Yes. Sweet cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh, Blooma. Hello, love. How are you? Thank you for the resub for 8 whole months. We almost have a Twitch baby. I kind of like this one a lot. You love the red? Thank you. And thank you for redeeming your daily blanket. Metallica, medieval style, yes. This is our precious baby, Elizabeth Faye. Honestly, I'll probably leave her eyebrows as is, because that's pretty appropriate for the time period that they'd be so small and thin. She cute, though. I do like this hair on her, and it does kind of fit the fashion of the time. She's got a little bit more of dad's skin tone, dad's hair, but mama's eyes. Egg face, but in a cute way. She's got egg face, but in a very cute way. It's like I like this one, but I worry that the ribbon's a little too fancy for a farmer's daughter. Maybe in her formal outfit, we'll give her this hairstyle. All right, I'm gonna copy this hair over to her formal, and then switch this. So this is more the everyday. I also like that it looks like it's got more of a natural kind of woven hair tie. But this one is longer. But that could just be because more hair. Okay, no, I like it. All right, yeah. This is Precious Girl Elizabeth Faye. We've been random number generating to kind of create our basis. This is her mother, Eleanor. Elizabeth is their only living child. Sad but true. Random number generator said so. We've got dad over here. They're farmers. They're farmers. Let's see. There. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we got Eleanor, Faye, we've got Mr. Faye, who we have not given a name yet because I'm terrible at deciding male names. If you have a preference, let me know so we can make a decision. Names are like the hardest thing other than hair. I'm trying to like speed it along so that we can make it more Sims. Let's see. We need a dress. Not that one. It's pretty, but farmer's daughter, you need something a little bit more practical for your day to day. She's 6 years old. Random number generator said so. Let's see. That's a cool dress. Let's see. Okay. Hello, Mr. Tip. Welcome in. How are you today? Thank you for redeeming your daily blanket. Let's see. Thank you for the lurk. Let's see. All right, all right, all right. Got a couple broken CC in here, limiting my options a tiny bit. Kai, thank you for redeeming posture check. If you've been watching with me, make sure you are sitting up or standing straight. Don't want back problems for any of you. Or me. Let's see. See, 6 years old, they probably wouldn't give her anything quite too fancy because she's still growing. This looks like the sort of dress that would be easy to extend hemline and whatnot and adjust for sizing. So I'm going to go with that one. Peach, thank you for redeeming group hydrate. Everyone, grab something not caffeinated. All right, so here's Elizabeth Faye. Her dad. I don't know. Hold on. Common English male names, UK 13th century. John being the most common. Let's see. William. William is actually the most common, followed by Richard. I don't think we have a Richard yet. So let's do that. Richard Fay. No, wait, we already decided. What am I doing? We already talked about this. His name is Jeffrey. Not caps locked. Jeffrey Fay. All right, let me update spreadsheet. Jeffrey Fay. If I can spell. It's a question most of the time. All right. And, I should do relationship dynamics for her mother and her. We already determined via random number generator. Eleanor and her husband, Jeffrey, have a close family dynamic. But what is the family dynamic that Eleanor has with her daughter, Elizabeth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 options. 1 through 7. What's the relationship dynamic? 2. Ooh, they're distant. How can we work that into the lore? Do you think maybe she's lost a lot of kids and maybe she's a little on the depressed side and that kind of makes it harder for her to engage with her daughter? Or maybe they just don't have very compatible personalities. Maybe it's an opposites kind of thing where she's more like her father. Let's see what the relationship dynamic Jeffrey has with his daughter, Elizabeth. 1 through 7. It's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a difficult relationship with his daughter, Elizabeth. Precious baby Elizabeth is not close to either of her parents. How are we going to work that into lore? I'm going to... She's not close with either parent. Eleanor and Jeffrey are close with each other. I wonder, what if Elizabeth originally had a sibling, maybe even like a twin? What if her parents blame her for their death? What if it was more of like an accident had happened and what if they blame Elizabeth for the death of another child? And that's why maybe it was even a son. Like maybe there were fraternal twins. And man, this got dark. This got dark. Lore building tonight. Because Jeffrey and Eleanor are close with each other. Random number generator said so. Random number generator also said that neither of them are close with Elizabeth. She has a distant relationship with her mother and a difficult relationship with her father. What if they blame her for the death of another child? Sort of like she lives with them, but is almost... The darker the better most times, especially for Ultimate Decades. That is fair and true. And the fact of the matter is child death happened in these times to an alarming frequency and for a large variety of reasons, including accidents. So what if I'm thinking they blame Elizabeth for the death of a sibling, one of her siblings, for another child that they had. Now, let's decide. 1 through 3. Random number generator. Was this child, 1, younger than Elizabeth? 2, a twin of Elizabeth? Or 3, older than Elizabeth? And I agree, it should be a brother, because that would make more sense for this day and age of why it makes her relationship with her father so difficult. Sad but true, sons were more highly valued. So, random number generator, was this child younger, a twin, or older than her? One, this was a younger brother that they blame her for the death of. Oof. Oof. She lost a little brother. Yeah, because the heir is lost. And they're already late 30s at this point. Their chances of having more children, it's possible, but it's less and less likely. All right. All right. So there's our lore right now as it stands. We've got Eleanor, Jeffrey, and Elizabeth. Elizabeth is 6 years old, and she is not close with either of her parents, who blame her for the death of a younger brother. Now, let's figure out personality here. I'm going to use the little random and see. Wait, let's do like random generator. Let's do 1 through 5, and as long as it's not like a historically impossible trait, we'll go with it. 5. We're going to randomize 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's a dog lover. Precious Bean. She loves dogs. That's honestly, that's an appropriate personality trait for a 6-year-old girl. So we're keeping it. She's a dog lover. All right. Now, for the parents, random number generator 1 through, let's see, 5. How many times do I randomize? 1. 1 time. All right. Any of these? Cringe. That kind of conflicts, so we're going to remove that. Also, I think I'm going to have more of a say for these ones, actually. Because I feel like maybe her dad has kind of become kind of a mean dad. You know what I mean? I think her mother's probably more gloomy, kind of, like I said, a little bit more on that depressed, distant side of things, just not able to look at her daughter. So I think she's gloomy. Maybe dad started to hate children. Maybe. Let's see. She's gloomy. We'll say. Let's see. Let's go back. I like your idea that maybe he's got the hates children aspect right now. I would say that or mean, but I think the hates children makes more sense because it's more targeted. Okay. So, we got a gloomy mother. Let's see. I'm gonna say she's loyal because she and her husband are still close. Because I don't want to get family oriented because she's not close with her daughter. But loyal makes sense for them. Let's see. She's loyal, she's gloomy. What else? Maybe. Hmm. We'll go with just the housewife trait that I have. It is a custom content trait. You're not missing something if you have all the packs and you're like, I don't have that trait. That's why. Maybe he's more of a loner. Um, or maybe he's more, let's see. Maybe he's more stoic. And farmer. There we go. All right. I'm going to save them. That's a family done. Oh, you need an aspiration. Pick a cause of death. What? Does everyone have that, or is that something from my mods? Death by drowning? Death by... Oh, maybe that's so to make them into a ghost. Huh. Oh, yep. That's what that does. Turns them into a ghost. Maybe their younger sibling, maybe their younger brother. Base game update. Gotcha. All right. She's a dog lover. Problem is most of the maybe she spends a lot of time outdoors and stuff. So I'm gonna say rambunctious scamp. But, you know, maybe she spends a lot of time alone, I'm guessing, if her mother doesn't really want anything to do with her and her father doesn't really want anything to do with her. Sad. We gotta we'll find a way to build into the story a happy ending for Elizabeth, or at least happy-ish. As happy as it can be in the 14th century. All right. But there we are. That is the Faye family. A different pose. There. That'll work. All right. Save them to my library. Okay. There is the Faye family. So can I? Let's see. Now I'm gonna reset. All right. We saved them to gallery. So there's a family of 3 that we'll add into the world. The next runner up on the last name list was Wolverton, which honestly sounds like a noble's name. I don't know. It really just means from like a specific town. So it could be anybody. I don't know. Maybe we'll random number generate for class here. Let's see. We're doing a Wolverton family. We're starting with the patriarch this time. So let's see. Random number generate. How many times will we refresh this sim? 4 times. Randomize. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there were black people in Britain, despite what some historians may want you to believe. There were black people in medieval Britain. Now, black people with bright red hair? Not so much. Not so much. I'm gonna randomize it one more time. Again with the hair. What is with the bright red hair? I mean, I know I look good in it, but I'm just kidding. I'm not that self-absorbed, I promise. Give me something with a normal hair color. Okay, more black hair. Fair enough. We can work with it. How old is Mr. Wolverton? Between the age of, we'll say 25. Yeah, not bad, huh? I like working from randomized sims a lot. They can turn out pretty good, honestly. We'll say 25 to 50. How old are you? 38. We have another 38-year-old. Same gen as our last mister. All right, let's get him a slightly different hair. Not that one. Living on a prayer. All right. Let's see what we can do. "38 years old is Mr. Wolverton. And what month was this Mr. Wolverton born in? He was born in January. So his birthday has already passed at the beginning of our challenge. He was born in 1262. There we go. Is he... He's probably not unmarried, but is he married or widowed? So we'll say 1 for married, 2 for widowed. 1. He is married. Wife is alive. And are they 1. Commoners, 2. Merchants, 3. Nobles? They are commoners. Commoners, commoners. Married. Married. He's 38. How old is... How much? Wives were typically younger. How... We'll say, how old is Mrs. Wolverton between the ages of 18, in which case she's probably not the first wife, and 38. 26. That's a reasonable age gap. She could be the only wife because men tended to get married later. It is a 12-year age gap, but that's not unheard of. She's 26. I guess how many children they have is really going to be... Well, if they married when she was like a teenager, then it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities for them to have 6 children. But we'll see how many random number generator says they have that are alive. But first, what month was Mrs. Wolverton born in? July. July, which would put her... Let's see, her birthday wouldn't pass yet. She'll be 27 at some point in our first year. That means 12... 73. 1273 is when she was born. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, let's give... All right. I think he needs a little bit more aging, skin detail. How many living children do they have? They have 2 living children. All right, first things first. Let's get some Sims made here. New Sim. We need a female. This female would be a young adult. The male, that is Mr. Wolverton, is an adult. All right. Random number generator 1 through 10. We get 6. We randomize her 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like we can work with this. She clearly has like a reddish kind of hair. Maybe we aim for something more strawberry blonde. She has dark brown eyes. I see a lot of potential for that. Let me see. She's a young adult. He's an adult. Yeah, I think like a kind of strawberry-ish blonde. Something... But that's the thing is, like, we don't actually have, like, a true strawberry blonde. Like, this is the closest I have to, like, a strawberry blonde in the game. But we could do like a dark blonde. Dark or strawberry blonde. She is married. Marriage. So we gotta account for that. They have 2 children. Now, I wouldn't put either child over the age of 10, given that she is 26. So, that would be our cap age, like the max age I'd put for the child. In which case, she would have married at like 15, 16-ish old. Not terribly common for a commoner, but also not like extremely out of the ordinary. Honestly, they're not bad. Not bad. All right. So, which hair? I think we're going to go with the darker blonde. I think that's going to go better. Let's see. She's really quite cute. She's got a really cute face. And I'm not adding eyelashes because my research does show that even the commoners, they'd pluck their own eyelashes for fashion. So no eyelashes. No eyelashes. She's 26. She could have more kids, but she has 2 living kids. Let's see. Let's get some clothes real quick. They are commoners. Random number generator said so. Oh, I like this one on her. Okay, I think... Oh, that's cute. She's a cutie, honestly. She's super cute. I like her face. I like her face. All right. So, let's see. Oh, we don't have a Matilda yet. Wolverton. Do we have an Agnes? We might have an Agnes. Honestly, I feel like Agnes fits her. For whatever reason. She's given me Agnes vibes, so I'm gonna call her Agnes Wolverton. He is Hugo. Sure. Hugo Wolverton. Hugo and Agnes. We'll go with it. We already know they have 2 children. Between the ages of newborn and, well, we'll say infant because... Let's see. And I'll go back and fix, like, the other outfits and stuff for these guys later. I just want to, like, lore build quickly. And then I can, like, fine-tune some stuff later. It's a little late. Let's see. Where's the other one? The one I used for the other guy. I know. So descriptive. So descriptive of me. Where's the other thing that I used for the other guy at that one time? I kind of like this one. Okay. Let's see. There it is. Okay, I found it. Reds and blues were really common dye colors in these days. Shoes, there. Okay, you need a hat, my good sir. A hat, a cap, something to protect your head from the burning blazing sun. Let's do this. All right. All right. Where's a good cap? All right. What is the relationship between Agnes and Hugo like? That's our next question. This is your spouse. You have 4 options. What is your marriage like? 3. They're jokesters. Oh, that's cute. Another good marriage. Hopefully they're nicer to their children than the last one. All right. Time to play with genetics. All right. First of all, is child number 1 a girl or a boy? Let's see. I think last time we did 1 for boy, 2 for girl. So 1 to 2, 1 for boy, 2 for girl. It's a girl. And how old is she? Between the ages of 1 and 10. 3. This is a toddler. They have a toddler girl. We're going to randomize her 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aw, she's gonna look like her mama. All right. 3-year-old. Yes. Except of common name, women's names. I don't think we have an Emma yet. We'll name her Emma. Emma Wolverton. She's 3 years old. I'm kind of imagining for Agnes and Hugo, maybe they were like grew up around each other. Like they were childhood friends, and that's why they're like jokesters. Like they've got all these inside jokes, you know, appropriate for the time period, but she is 3 years old. Oh, what month was little Emma born in? 9. She's a September baby.
No, it's all coming together.
Hi, Peach. It's all coming together. That's right. September, so that means she would have been born 1296. Unmarried. Commoner. Let's see. Let's see. Some sort of little braid or something. Nothing too complicated. She's 3. Well, you're typically a lighter blonde when you're little than you are when you're older, so we'll see. I'm thinking this one. Very simple. Give her kind of a basic smocky kind of dress. These come in other colors, so we could give her something like, let's see. Oh, I like this. All right, and then little shoes. There we go. Little Emma Wolverton. All right, child number 2. Is it a boy or a girl? 1 for boy, 2 for girl. This one's a boy, and he is aged 1, 2, 10, 2. Oh my gosh, they had these ones like back to back. So now we've got 2 toddlers in this household. All right. Son, a toddler. Randomize 1 through 10. How many times are we randomizing this child? 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one with the blonde hair. Dad's black hair was not dominant in this go round. They both managed to get mom's blonde hair somehow. Don't ask me how. That's an awkward question. I mean, to be fair, Emma at least has her dad's eye color. Emma has her dad's eye color. A lighter brown. Son number 2 has, well, this looks very much like mom. All right. Men's given names. We could make it Hugo Jr. We could make it Roger. Walter. Walter Wolverton. I'm not gonna do that to a kid. I'm not gonna do that to a kid. We could make it Henry. Johans. There were a lot of Johns. There were a lot of Williams, too. We could make it a Peter. Peter Wolverton. Henry. Henry would keep with the H. Because we had Agnes, Emma, Hugo, Henry. We'll go with Henry. Let's see. Henry Wolverton is 2 years old in March of 1300. He was born in what month? September. They had 2 September babies. 1 year apart. Dang. Okay. Hey, I've seen it. I've got it in my own family tree. There's this one branch. I swear, they had like 6 straight years of having kids in August. Some families work like clockwork. It happens. Coco, welcome in. How are you, love? Thank you for the group hydrate. How was the rest of your stream? Gotta give you a different hair though, bub. Thinking more like that. At 2 years old, yeah, they're not giving him like a thorough kind of. I want it darker. And Mikey, thank you for the group stretch. Welcome in. Good morning to you. It's pretty early for you still. Let's see. All right. Grab your little shoes. All right. There's Henry and his sister Emma. They are not twins. They are born a year apart. But you can hardly tell. 4 a.m. You've just woken up. Well, good morning. Thank you for popping by. Let's see. All right. So yeah, we've got Henry, his sister Emma, their mother Agnes, who they look very much alike. For some reason, neither of them, the reason being random number generating, neither of them got dad's black hair. But, you know, sometimes genetics are weird. You know, you can have a parent with black hair and a parent with blonde hair, and though it is not huge odds, you can have blonde children. Aw, you liking the music. I'm glad. Alright, this is the Wolverton family. Because we're kind of fast-tracking our way through some things. Let's see. I don't know that they're old enough for them to have a relationship, like a family dynamic. Because they're 3 and 2, respectively. I don't know that they're old enough to have a family dynamic yet. They're just baby babies. All right, so yeah, we've got Hugo, his wife Agnes, who is 12 years younger than him. Thank you, number generator. Hi, Coco. I'm good. How are you? How was the rest of your stream? Making some Sims. Yeah, I don't think they're old enough to have a family dynamic with either of their parents yet, because they're only 3 and 2. I don't think that's old enough just yet. I think they need to be at least kid age to have a family dynamic. All right, so this is the Wolverton family. We gotta figure out some traits real fast. It was good. You got halfway through the puzzle. How fun! All right, babies. Let's randomize. You're wild. Okay, cool. Love that for you. You are a charmer. Emma's a charmer. Her brother is wild. They look the same age, but they're not. Emma's 1 year older. Almost exactly. Agnes. Family oriented. That fits. Insightful. That fits. Insider. Not historically appropriate. Let's pick something else. All right, so insightful and family oriented. So you've got 2 social traits. You need something else, like an emotional trait, maybe. She looks like a cheerful gal to me. But she doesn't have like a negative trait. I typically try to give them like one slightly negative trait. Those kids are going to be dangerous together, right? A charmer and a wild one. That'll be a fun relationship to see develop as they get older. Who knows? Maybe little Henry, if our heir has a daughter, he could marry them. This is one of the fun things. You've been watching a lady on Twitch recently who plays the harp? That's cool. That's really cool. Maybe mom gets a little restless sometimes. She gets a little bored at times. Or maybe dad does. Let's see. Now, Agnes and Hugo have a jokester family dynamic. Random number generator said so. I don't know. I'm not going with this. Unflirty, hates children, and evil. No. Sorry, but no. You can't be a vegetarian. Maybe you're both the type to be kind of restless. I don't know about perky, though. Maybe loves the outdoors. And then let's pick something social. Wait, where's the goofball? One of y'all should be a goofball. Maybe he's kind of a goofball because they've got that jokester family dynamic. So now I need a slightly negative trait. This family's so cute, aren't they? Maybe he's kind of a party animal, because that can be kind of negative, because if they party too hard, there's consequences. But he's also like 38. He's not a frat boy, so I don't want to do hates children. Not for this. Not for these families. We'll put some villains, you know, some antagonists into the group. I mean, we already kind of have some antagonists with the Fae parents being so not great to their daughter. Let's see. Maybe he's got sticky fingers. Maybe he has sticky fingers. Maybe he's just a little... Let's see. Or he's a slob. What do y'all think? Is Dad a klepto or is he just a slob? Slob. We'll do some thieves. We'll throw some thieves into the mix to keep things interesting. He doesn't give klepto vibes. That's fair. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to give him a farming kind of. There. Farming aspiration. Agnes. Maybe she's got big happy family aspiration. But yeah, okay. That kind of sets a stage for the Wolverton family. I'm going to say backstory-wise, Hugo and Agnes were childhood, like, neighbor friends type people. But yeah, you've got both Emma and Henry, who were born in September of consecutive years. They're only 12 months apart. They were both born in September in following years. So they weren't quite made into twins. But it was a near thing. That's fair. That's fair. You think he loves his family too much for klepto. All right. This gives me a base to work with for the Wolverton family. They have 2 kids right now. But I mean, she's still young. They could have more. She's only 26. Save the household to my library. Time to reset the household. Boop. Okay. Let's look and see. What's the next name? You like September? So do I. Shout out to my fellow Virgos. And for late September, Libras. All right. So we did Faye family. We did the Wolverton family. The next runner-up family was the Aylesbury family. So this will be an Aylesbury. And let's see what we can do here for the Aylesbury family. We're starting with the matriarch here. How old is she? We'll say random number generator. We'll say 18 to 50. No, well, maybe, well, matriarch. Let's do it. 18 to 50. She's 24. She's a young adult. Okay. Let's see. Mrs. Aylesbury is 24 years old. We need some of these gals to be older so that I can have some more older people, but it's okay. I'll just keep making families until we get there. She is 24 years old. She was born in what month? February. So her birthday is already passed. So she was born in 1286. Now, she's young enough. She could still be unmarried. It's less likely, but it's possible. I really kind of want to do a full family though. So we'll just say married or widowed. So 1 for married, 2 for widowed. Sorry about that. 2. She's widowed. Oh. Oh. Okay. She's a widow at 24, which honestly gives her a lot more rights than a single woman. She is widowed. There's some lore. And she's young enough she could remarry. So she is a widow. What class is she? Commoner, merchant / craftsman, noble. She is a noble. She is a noble widow. She is the Lady Aylesbury. Which kind of makes sense. You know, maybe her husband died in war. Lady. Noble. Good. We needed a couple more nobles. So this is Lady Aylesbury. Let's pick a name. Pick a name. Alviva. See. Juliana Aylesbury. Hold on. Let's figure out what she looks like first. How many times will we randomize her? 1 through 10. 3 times. She's a young adult. 1, 2, 3. She has red hair. This is going to be fun. We get to use the fun nobility stuff. She's got kind of a sharp face. The thin eyebrows fit very, very well. I'm excited, though. We get to use the fancier hairs with her because she's a widow. Now, she'd still be covered up because she's a widow. Let me see. There's some really good, like, hairs we can use. I'm excited. I'm excited to do a noble widow. Did she kill her husband? What happened? What is going on? What is the story for this noble widow? She looks a lot like she's got this very similar coloring to Eleanor Faye. Ooh, the tea. Yes, she is a noble widow. What is the story? I guess part of the story is I'm going to have to make the husband in case they have children. And then we're going to have, and I'll delete him after the fact. And then I'll figure out what their dynamic was via random number generator. And that'll help us build the lore of what happened to the husband. Were they very close? Was it a tragedy that he died? Or was it a happy accident? You know? Let's see. She's got kind of a sharp face, which I kind of dig, I'm not gonna lie. Happy accident takes your vote. Like I said, I'm going to let random number generator kind of decide. It'll depend on what the relationship dynamic between her and her husband was. think I have a slightly fancier version of this here. Hold on. Here it is. Ooh. I'll have to change the hair, but I do like this one. And the black fits if she's a widow. All right. We needed more widows anyway. Too many people had living spouses. There it goes. Sims have been looking great so far. Thank you. All right. So we need a name for her. And we get to do one of the fancy dresses. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. We get to use some of the fancier CC. Bring on the fancy. Stop. Mmm. Lady Aylesbury. She's a widow. I kind of want to make her be in black. But once we figure out the dynamic, then it'll be like, okay, how long, you know. How long has it been since he died? Was he the love of her life or the bane of her existence? That is the question. That's a little royal. It's like we gotta walk a fine line between nobility and royalty. Hmm. Because then there's like a question of like, because if he died only recently, I mean, she could be pregnant. And I can do that through MCC. I would just have to like make a note of it so that I remember to like actually go into MC Command Center and make her be like a pregnant widow. Because that happened as well. I'm leaning towards this one. It goes very well. Now, black was actually, like, true black was actually a pretty rare color, but, you know, she's mourning, probably. Ooh, I kind of like this one, though, because it removes some of the embellishment. Like, it's still very pretty, like a high-quality, like, patterned dress and cut and everything, but the blue fits her quite well as too. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So here is Lady Aylesbury. Hold on, I want to give her a necklace. Real quick. So I can I finally have someone that I can reasonably give jewelry. And I want to, because I have some custom content for jewelry. Like that one. Good enough. And then let's give her a little ring. There. It like the blue and everything, it really brings out her eyes. I'm loving it. All right, Lady Aylesbury. Make sure she's got like a shoe. There. All right, Lady Aylesbury. The Lady Aylesbury. She could be Alicia Aylesbury. We haven't done an Alicia yet. Alicia Aylesbury. What do y'all think? Do you like it? Or should we choose a different name? Alicia Aylesbury, who is a 24-year-old noble widow. Okay. Let's make a husband real quick. Figure out how old he is. And then figure out their relationship dynamic. Because that'll give us some tea on possible deaths. And a little clue into Lady Aylesbury's personality. All right. Mr. Aylesbury, you are... Let's see, you're going to be older than your wife, for sure. So, between the age of 24 and 50. 39. So, he's 15 years older than her. Add a note. Okay. Random number. In case they have children, I need to know what he looks like. Random number. That way they all look consistently like siblings. Random number generator 1 through 10. We are randomizing this sim 6 times. 4, 5, 6. His proportions are so bad. Just one more. Good enough. Okay. He's a very large man. He was a very large man. Nothing wrong with that. Just stating a fact. That was his body type. He was a large man with curly hair, greenish eyes. It's not bad, really. You were an adult. Let's see. Tanned skin, brown hair. Hold on, let's throw on. We're not keeping you, but I just for immersion aspect, I need to throw on some like noble-esque clothing. There we go. Close enough. Random outfit wasn't too bad. No. All right. here's Lord Aylesbury. We don't really need to give him a name. He's just the late Lord Aylesbury. He's dead. We already determined that. But what we really need to know is, Alicia, what was your relationship with your husband? Two, they were distant. They were not close. They were distant spouses. They were not, let's see, they didn't have a difficult relationship, but they were distant. Okay? So, I think there's room in there for one of them. What if one of them was having an affair? Much more dangerous for a woman to do so than a man. But what if their relationship was distant, but what if there was an affair? There was another woman in the mix. But, okay, setting the motive, okay? There was another woman in the mix, maybe. Or man. Did she kill so that she could maybe be with her lover after the mourning period? Or was he having an affair and she killed him in revenge? Okay, those are the two options. One of them was having an affair. He was with a man? Ooh. Okay. We'll say, random number generator. 1, he was having an affair. 2, she was having an affair and needed him out of the picture so that she could get together with her lover after the mourning period. We're throwing some hot tea down now. All right. 1, he had an affair. 2, she was having an affair. Who is it? She was having the affair. She was having the affair. And we're getting spicy in here. She was having an affair. Fair. I mean, think about it. I'm not saying that cheating is ever validated. It's not. But especially among the nobility, she was probably arranged to be married at a fairly young age. He's 15 years older than her. She was having an affair. Now, but, ooh, this brings in some extra tea because now I feel like I need to make the lover. Now I feel like I need to make her lover because then there's the question, how many of the children, if they had children, how many of them are his and how many belong to her lover? We're getting some hot tea now, okay? So there's a lover in the picture. First, how many children does the Lady Aylesbury have? Three. She has 3 children. Okay? How many of those children belong to Lord Aylesbury, her husband? Well, let's do that. I'll do it 0 to 3. How many of the children that she has are his, are her husband's? All of them. Huh. That throws a different picture. All of them belong to her husband. Maybe the lover is a more recent development. I don't know. But what if, okay, how about this? Add a little drama. The 3 children she has belongs to her husband, but is she pregnant with her lover's baby? Yes, Kai, same brain. Same brain. Is she pregnant with her lover's baby? So, 1 for yes, 2 for no. She's pregnant with her lover's baby. She knows it's her lover's baby because women know this timing thing. So she has 3 children that belong to her husband, her actual husband. And she's pregnant with one that belongs to her lover. Her husband is dead. She is pregnant with her lover's baby. So I'll adjust that in MCC so that she is pregnant. Did he find out about it? Or did she just arrange things? I think maybe she and her lover kind of work together to arrange things for something to happen, like a hunting accident. A hunting accident happened. Poor Lord Aylesbury died. I'm thinking that. Lord Aylesbury died under somewhat suspicious circumstances in a hunting accident. The favorite pastime of nobles. He died under suspicious circumstances during a hunt. This will make interesting dreams. Have good dreams, I hope, or at least fun dreams, Bluma. Have a good night. All right. So she's pregnant with her lover's baby. She and her actual husband had 3 children together before he died tragically. So let's make those children. Let's make the first 3 children, the ones that Alicia had with Lord Aylesbury. I'm not even going to give him a first name. It doesn't matter. He's dead. I'm just using him for the genetics. And then I can make her lover so that now who is her lover? That is a question. If you all have ideas, throw them in the chat. We got to make some children here. All right, so she's 24. I'm thinking the max age we'd really be looking at. I mean, the nobles did marry young, but it was really the kings and queens that married the youngest. I'm thinking she probably married at about 16, 15, 16. So the max age her 3 kids with her husband could be is about 8. So let's random number generate. First child, is it a boy or is it a girl? 1 to 2, boy or girl. The first kid we're doing is a boy. The boy is aged 1 to 8. 2 years old. This boy is 2 years old. Poor kid's not even going to have any memories of his dad. All right. How many times are we going to randomize this son? Two times. Randomize son. 1, 2. Okay, that doesn't look like either of them. Try again. Better. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. First son. If he only has sisters for the other two, that makes him heir apparent. But he's got short, very, very curly hair. Totally could happen. He's actually pretty cute. He's 2 years old. Little Lord Aylesbury, who is 2 years old. Let's see here. What month was he born in? Oh, well, it worked. Okay. He's an August baby. So he does not, let's see, that means he was born in 1297. He is a noble. Let's see. That's a little fancy for... He doesn't need, like, jewelry type. This bit would be good. That would be fine. Okay. Little Aylesbury, who's got his mother's blue eyes and his father's complexion and hair. Little Lord Aylesbury, who is a plump little thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, we haven't done a Walter yet. What do you think? Walter Aylesbury, Peter Aylesbury, Nicholas Aylesbury, Reginald, Norman, Osbert, Eustace, Andrew, Godfrey. I don't know. Hold on. Let's do a random number generator for a name. 1 through, let's say, 20. I've got a list, so... Osbert. Okay, Kyle, let's do Osbert. Osbert Aylesbury. And you are... independent. He's an independent little lord. He is an independent little lord. Okay. Child number 2, who might be older. Is it a boy or a girl? Another boy. Now, this boy is aged... They're twins. She has twins. Okay. So there are twin boys. Because this one is also age 2. Twins. Twin boys. All right, genetics. I need a twin. A boy, twin. All right. So she had twins. 1 through 10. 2. Alright, I'm gonna change the hair. Alright, so we have Osbert. What's this one's name? So we have Osbert, who we'll assume is the older twin. 10th name on the list. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a Jeffrey Aylesbury. Osbert and Jeffrey. Ooh, wait. Wait. Instead of going with plain Jeffrey, there are some other options. Because I could go with Galfredus. Oh, Osbert and Galfredus Aylesbury. Legitimate name. Oh, Oswald would have been good too. Well, let's see if they have another brother for the third kid. Give you a little outfit real quick. I'm gonna have to make your mama's lover. Oh, what's your personality? You're a charmer. Love that. So we have an independent and we have a charmer. They're practically identical. Where's the outfit that your brother's wearing? This one. Okay, there it is. All right. Osbert and Galfredus. Yeah, they cuties. Got a color. All right. They both look quite a bit like their dad, except they have their mama's blue eyes. All right. Third kid, is it another boy? Or do we have a girl? Do they have a sister? 1 for boy, 2 for girl. It is another boy. She gave this guy 3 sons. 3. And how old is this son? Is this the heir apparent? This is the heir apparent, and he's aged 4. So another toddler. Not quite to the point of being the next age up. So maybe we'll use the Oswald for this one. Oswald Aylesbury. Who is aged 4. What month was Oswald born in? Oswald is a November baby. All right, let's make another brother. All right, how many times are we randomizing? This is fun. I should have done the lore writing days like this from the beginning. I like leaving it to chance. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, looks just like Mama. Got Mama's paler skin, red hair, blue eyes. The older brother. And this is the true little Lord Aylesbury. Oswald Aylesbury. All right. Give you a little outfit. Honestly, I kind of like his hair just as is, so I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, all right. There is Oswald Aylesbury, and he is also independent. So she's got 3 under 5. Would the twins be considered infants since they're 2? Let me double check my thing. Let me double check what I determined on my spreadsheets for age and stuff. Sheets, I think. Let's see, because I wrote it, hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. Mm. Let's see. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. All right, I found it. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I had marked infant as age ending at age 1. Personally, because most of the things, hold on. At what age do infants become toddlers? I think a lot of it came down to is I didn't want more than 28 days with an infant. Yeah, generally babies are considered to become toddlers when they become 1 year old because that's when they start walking. So I think they're toddlers, but they're just like, yeah, and they're difficult to play with. So it's like general consensus I found online was that when they start walking, they're toddlers, which makes sense because the infants are learning how to crawl and stuff. If they're 2 years old, they already know how to walk, generally speaking. So they're already toddling. So they're toddlers, but they're younger toddlers. There's a 2-year age gap between their brother and them. So, and and it means I only have to deal with so much time of infancy in the extended edition. So, all right, there's our 3 kiddos by the father. So father can go, bye-bye, you died. Goodbye, we don't need you anymore. Boop. There we go. All right, so we got mama. We got to make her lover. Who is her lover to her? Was it a friend of her husband? Was it someone she knew before her marriage was arranged? Let's add a new sim. This is the lover. So he's not going to have the same name. So we got to come up with another name. Let me look. Back at some of the other names we looked at. They most likely would have been another noble. As romantic as the whole commoner and everything is, it would be very uncommon. Like it's less likely for it to be a commoner because of different social circles, you know? So it's most likely a different noble. Man, I'm having so much fun. I don't want tonight to end. This was the best decision to use the random number generator. It adds just enough chaos. So let's see. That would mean we'll turn 5, so 1295. Unmarried, noble. Let's see. Let's see. Could it have been his brother? Oh man, I shouldn't have deleted him then. Shoot. If I was gonna do that, I shouldn't have deleted him. It can't be his brother now. It can't be his brother. I already deleted the dad. I can't make it be his brother. We gotta choose something else. Choose something else. Maybe it was his best friend. How about that? How about that? How about it's his best friend? Cliche, I know. Yeah, I already deleted him and it doesn't let me undo that. So I can't do it like that because he's already gone. I can't make that relationship anymore. But we could do the best friend route. It was his best friend and that they were on a hunting trip together, and that's why the circumstances are a little shady. Because remember we said that Lord Aylesbury had died in a hunting accident. Well, hunting is the sort of pastime you did with your buddies. I'm thinking there was a little foul play. Bestie's also a good storyline, yeah. So this is his best friend. This is Lord Aylesbury's best friend. His main confidant. Let's see. Random number generator. Because I need the guy so that they can have, like... Tea is piping. Yes. Alright. 1 through 10, how many times are we randomizing this guy? 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His proportions are a little awkward, but I can adjust. Ooh, I like his gray eyes. Oh, but the fro. The fro don't fit. I'm sorry, but it don't. I like in the look for the most part. Now, this friend would be probably between her age and his age. So, between the ages of 24 and 39. 31. So he's like dead center in the middle, much closer to her age, being only 7 years older. He is 31. He was born in August, just like her twin boys. $31. Let me do some math here. August, he'll turn 32 later in 1300. 12. 68. And he's unmarried for, I'm thinking he's just, or is he widowed? Is he unmarried or is he widowed? Because he's not currently married. So we'll say 1, never married. 2, he's already been widowed. And we're just going to say he didn't have any kids or no living kids left with that spouse, if he had a spouse. 1 or 2, did he never marry? Or just hasn't married yet? Or is he widowed? He's never married. He is never married. I'm thinking Lorbit. Yes, he was best friends with the late Lord Aylesbury, but I'm thinking maybe maybe they had some sort of, they knew each other already, or they were, before she was arranged to be married to Lord Aylesbury, not him. Too in love with her since the moment his best friend got his wife. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that, Kai. That I'm thinking, like you said, the moment his best friend introduced his new wife to him and he fell in love at first sight. I'm thinking he's a romantic. I'm thinking he's a romantic. And he fell in love with her at first sight. And then struggled for years, because we have to assume that since their one kid is 4, he's been she was married to what's his name for 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. And so she would have been a teenager. He would have been early mid-20s when he met her. And yeah, I think he just had this pining for her from the get-go. And I'm thinking maybe her husband got to, he had 3 sons. By the time he had, 3 sons and 2 pregnancies, he basically checked out. He had heirs and spares. And that was the limit of his interest in his wife. She was a political connection. It was a marriage of convenience type situation. Let's see. Let's see. see. Are there other swatches that work? Let's see. Find just the right swatch. That one? Yeah. I kind of want to give him a hat. I kind of want to give him a hat to go with it too. See. I don't know that any of them are. That's a little later era wise. All right. I think we'll leave it no hat. But I might change the hair up just that feels very period appropriate. Kind of like the moving to like a little darker hair color. One, it separates from the other spouse is hair color. But two, it makes him look a little bit shrewd. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I kind of like that. That makes him one of these. Makes him look kind of roguish. I think that's it. I think that's the one. All right. What is the lover's name? What is the lover's name? I'm thinking something Grimston. All right. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's Walter Grimston. Fell in love with his best friend's wife at first sight. After years of pining, when presented with the perfect opportunity, I'm not even sure she knew that he was going to do it. I think she told him that she'd gotten pregnant. And then he made her husband's death happen so that after the mourning period they could be together. Um, so like he pined for years, and then like I'd say within the last 2 years since the twins' death, husband became completely disinterested because he had sons. He had 3 sons. He didn't need any more, and therefore he didn't feel any need to pay attention to his wife. And so they start having their little rendezvous affair. But when she becomes pregnant, Walter knows he needs find a way to be with her in the open. All right. What a gentleman. Patriarchy is real, especially back then. But yeah, when Alicia became pregnant with what they knew based on timing and everything had to be his child, I think Walter, independent of Alicia, decided to do something about it. All right. With that in mind, I think Walter is jealous. I think he's the jealous type. I think that is his negative trait, is he's jealous. Now the nice thing is this gives him a negative trait, but he's not one of the ones that we're planning to gameplay ourselves. This is flavor text for the world and for interactions with different people, and kind of adding like, oh, did you hear that rumor about Lady Aylesbury and her new husband? Type thing. When I have like the characters we are playing gossip, this gives me things to work with for storytelling. All right, so he's definitely a jealous type. So he's a romantic, he's jealous. And what's his third trait? Alicia. I think Alicia's something of a romantic too. Or maybe she's just charming. Maybe she's just a charming woman. I mean, it could be both. She could be charming and romantic. Thank you for the lurk, Kai. And then, let's see. Maybe she's a music lover. I imagine she plays an instrument or sings or something. Those were common skills among the nobility. None of those are kind of negative, though. So maybe she's charming and also a music lover, but also what do y'all think? Snob, high maintenance? Technically, I could give her the unfaithful trait, but she's with who she wants to be, so I don't think that's the case anymore. Because this is not an active affair, technically. I think maybe she's a snob. I think maybe she's just a little bit of a snob. Okay. Give her a music aspiration. Him, I think his is all about the soulmate. Because I think he's a true romantic. You know, falling in love at first sight, wanting to be with her, willing to kill to be with her. Um, should I? He already has a negative trait. So, let's see. Hmm. What's his third trait? Ooh, you know what? Maybe Alicia's not so much a snob as she is like a diva. Okay. But your last trait, hold on. I'm going to call them partners. Or maybe even, let's see. It has to have been less than a year since he died, which means we're probably I'm going to leave it as partner because they wouldn't be able to get engaged until after the mourning period. Mourning period was usually a full year. Mourning period, widows, 1300. See. Oh, okay. It's actually more of a post-medieval concept. So they could be. Let's see. Early Christian writers were iffy about the concept of remarriage of widows. The idea that it was actually sinful in a form of adultery was discarded early. Let's see. Preferable to renounce. A marriage. Remarriage of high ranking widows were a pathway to increased wealth. Lords began to both deny widows their dower and any inheritance and to seek control and even force the remarriage of their vassals' widows. as a way to continue to control their wealth and property. So it wasn't uncommon for a wealthy widow, and since there's already an heir for the, there are heirs for her first husband's stuff, that's not in question. So I'm going to say they're engaged. I'll put Alicia in like the 3rd trimester for pregnancy. I'll say she's 6 months along, which means it's been probably about 4 months since her husband died. That feels very soon, though. I feel like maybe we'll leave them as partners for now. Partners in crime. Let's see. I think maybe he's a little more on the cultured and sophisticated side of the spectrum. Okay. All right. I think we're done. We've got Lady Aylesbury, her 3 children, and her lover. I'm going to put them... Wait, first... Save household to my library. I'm going to place them in world so that I can use MCC to because I can move them around later. I could put them in the minor noble's home in downtown. Free real estate on. I'm gonna move them into this minor noble's home. All right. Let's get... Sorry about the spastic plume bob. My screen loading is a bit broken at the moment. Okay. This was fun. We've made a lot of progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We made 12 Sims tonight. Couple more nights like this and I'll have... this might take some time to load. 12 Sims tonight. Wowza. I'm very satisfied. I hope you are too. I had a lot of fun discussing all the tea here, especially as we got into the Aylesbury scandal. If she's 6 months pregnant in March, that means the baby's gonna be born sometime in June. Okay. With that, raid. But I've had so much fun tonight. I should have been doing this with the random number generating from the get-go. This was so much more fun than normal, and it eliminated my indecisiveness. So that was good. And let's see, who do we have? Anybody playing Sims? Anybody doing CAS? I don't think anybody's doing CAS. Let's see. Tally is doing farming in The Sims. Hi Hello Rachel is doing a haunted cemetery for foundling children. Tragic Glamour's doing Alphabet Legacy. Okay. Okay. Why don't we raid out to... Do y'all want gameplay or do you want building? Because those are the options. Let's see. I'm gonna say... It's been a while since we said hi to Tally. Or... Yeah, it's definitely been longer since we've said hi to Tally than it has been for us to say hi to Tragic Glamour. So grab your raid messages. First one for followers, second one for subscribers. I've had so much fun with you all tonight. I hope you did too. And yeah, we're gonna raid out, but let's see. I had so much fun. I still can't believe we made 12 Sims. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and make some more outfits for some of them. But I can do that. That's no big deal. So it's just... Where is Tally? Oh. Alright. We're gonna start a raid here. Go say hi to Tally. Thank you so much! My next stream will be tomorrow. It's my variety day. We're going to be playing Skabma Snowfall, which is a Norwegian game about the indigenous Sami people. And it's a really cool game. So if you want to join me for that, feel free. If you're more into the Sims medieval stuff, I'll be doing more of that on Thursday. Same time, same place. And I look forward to seeing you then. So until next time, it's a goodbye for now, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals.